the major contractor here
Yes.
that goes and does Yali, but
Yes.
how do we move it so that it becomes African?
Yes. More specifically, I think an organization if it was in a position financially better, the African Union could actually execute it, should have a component or a parallel component to the YALI. So in that segue, something specifically, again, I bring up the 0.2% levy. If legislatively we could talk to we could encourage the U.S. Trade Representative to reconsider.
Why do we have that? Why do we have that 2% levy?
So the African Union wants to have a 0.2% levy on imports. It's somewhat of under WTO rules, it could qualify as a protective measure.
Oh, I see.
Right,
okay.
but
right.
if we're talking about youth, youth need protection. They're the most vulnerable, and so Africa needs to figure out how it's going to incubate and nurture and protect the youth economic potential in the region. And the reason why the 0.2% matters is because it gives the African Union capacity, when we're talking about capacity building, to actually act and do it. And so, I think if there were more accountability measures, maybe to give other people more confidence that this sort of self-funding measures would go towards what we think it will. But again, that's one thing that I would stress. I think it goes a long way into building the capacity to nurture, invest, and protect the youth of the region.
Thank you. Any closing comments that any of you have? We could start back with Dr. Strong.